Now, I sent the nurse downstairs to collect fresh clothes for you and she said there were none. He pauses, looking at me. Look down at my fidgety hands again. I wear the same clothes every day. If I find a bar of old soap in the trash, I wash my clothes and myself in the little sink in the back of the dungeon. There's only cold water, but it was better than nothing. At least I'm not a rogue. My father was, and look how he ended up. The nurse walks in with a duffel bag and places it at the end of the bed. We got you a few things to wear. Nothing fancy, but they are clean and should fit. Thank you. I smile back. You'll be here another 2 days. Stay in this room. No visitors until we find out who did this to you or you're fully healed, whichever comes first. Diane will let you know when you can leave. The doctor orders and walks out. I look at the nurse who is staring at me. When she realizes I caught her, her eyes dart away. What's that about? Okay, lady. Rude. I'll leave you now, she says. You can go in the bathroom and wash up. Just take that pole with the 4 solution with you. There are shorts and fresh underwear in the bag. You need to leave the hospital gown on until your back heals. All right. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Diane. She nods and leaves the room. It's the first time in my life people have been kind to me. I mean, I think it's part of their job, but still. All I've known so far were insults, physical misery, and hard work. Never any kindness. Never any love. I think I can trust the doctor, but I'm still wary of Nurse Diane. The way she stared at me just now makes me uncomfortable. I pick up the duffel bag and go to the bathroom. I avoid looking in the mirror. I'm not sure I'm ready to see the damage on my face. Everything in the bathroom is fresh and white. There's a shower, but I'm worried the pressure of the water will hurt my back. I decide to fill the tub halfway and get in. The water is warm and soothing. There's a washcloth and a fresh bar of soap. I clean myself until the water is gross. All the dried blood tinges the water pink. I drain the tub, wipe out the ring of dirt around the edge, and fill it again. The water is not nearly as dirty as I finish washing. It hurts to raise my arms, but I don't want to call the nurse to help me. I gently wash my hair and use a cup to rinse it. I dry off and wrap the soft towel around my hair. There's a toothbrush and a small tube of paste on the shelf by the sink. I'm living in the lap of luxury in the Pack Hospital. I pick them up and start brushing my teeth. I can't avoid it anymore. I need to look in the mirror. I work up the courage to take a peek. What I see makes me drop the toothbrush. My face is still covered in bruises. But that's not what made me drop the toothbrush. The iris of my left eye is violet. Not like a shade of blue that could be a purple in the right light. No. My right iris is still the drab gray I'm used to, but the left looks crazy. I blink my eyes hard a few times. Still the same. I try rubbing my eye, but it doesn't make a difference. There's no mistaking it. My eye is bright, practically glowing. Violet. 2 days seem to last forever. I'm not complaining though. I've never gotten so much sleep in my life, and as a bonus, I get 3 meals a day. 3. I keep looking in the mirror. I can't get over how weird my purple eye looks. I stare at myself in the mirror for the millionth time on the second day. My left eye is still violet. Now my right eye seems like it's starting to turn violet as well. There is nothing I can do about it, so I decide to try not to worry. Since Silver Moon is a pretty big pack, we have a high school on pack territory. The library has a really big werewolf lore research section. I will do some research during lunch. Yes, I tilt my head to the side to brush my hair. I notice a chunk of it has changed color. Instead of my normal mousy brown, it is silvery gray. Okay, seriously now. What is going on? What is happening to me? Is this a trick? Is there bleach in the shampoo or something? If it's a trick, it isn't funny. I pick up the bottle and smell it. It smells like strawberries, not bleach. Weird. I have never heard of a wolf's eye or hair color changing when they are coming of age, but that's what the doctor thinks is happening. Diane comes in after lunch with paperwork and pamphlets for me. She hands me another little bag. Just a little something to help you stay incognito until you are finished healing. Thank you for everything, I say as I open the bag. There is a baseball cap and a pair of dark sunglasses. How do I look? I ask as I model them for her. She giggles at my poses. You're a star, darling. Maybe she isn't so bad after all. She gives me a gentle hug before I leave. I have another 2 hours before I need to prep dinner. I decide to take my new clothes to my room and clean up the mess so I can sleep tonight. Something smells different as I walk down the hall of the dungeon. Like a cleaning solution. I turn on my lamp to find the room has been transformed. My lamp isn't sitting on a stack of milk crates. It's on a nightstand. There is a new bed too. My old cot is gone. I have a proper bed, complete with new sheets and blankets. There is also a small desk and chair with all my school books arranged in a basket next to it. I must be dreaming. That or I walked into someone else's room by accident, except no one else lives down here. You can barely tell it was an old dungeon cell. It looks like what I imagine a dorm room would look like. I peek out of the doorway to make sure I'm in the right place. I seem to be. What gives? I walk over to the bed and sit carefully as if it will disappear if I move too fast. It is like a cloud. The gray and turquoise linens are fresh and new. There are even 2 pillows. I never had a proper pillow before, let alone two as far as I know. Diane is the only one who came down here while I was in the hospital. Could she have had all this done? Surely she'll get in trouble when Alpha Graham finds out. Then I remember she doesn't know how much the Alpha hates me. I don't know how I'm going to explain it when he finds out, but I won't tattle on anyone for trying to help me either. Did I put my new clothes away in the drawers of the nightstand? I stashed the duffel bag under the mattress. Once I'm 17, I will figure out a way to get out of this place. Find a new pack that will accept a violet-eyed weakling of a wolf. That I sit at the desk and write a thank you letter to the doctor and nurse Diane. I turn in the chair looking around the new room. I must have been daydreaming because I don't hear the door at the top of the stairs, but I hear two sets of footsteps coming down the hall. Instantly I freeze. I can smell Alpha Graham's scent getting closer. I don't know who the other scent belongs to. Instinctively, I scramble and stand in the middle of the room just as they get to the doorway. He leans against the frame and crosses his arms in front of himself. My whole body trembles as he stares. My eyes are glued to the ground. I definitely don't want him to see my new eye color shining through. "See, can I help you, Alpha Graham? That little stunt you pulled cost me a lot of money," he says with a calm, gravelly voice. "And when you cost me money, you cost my whole family money." "I'm sorry, sir." I apologize. I have no idea what stunt he is talking about. I look up just enough to see Ryan, the Alpha's son, also standing in the doorway. Ryan takes a step closer, and I can feel tears sting the corners of my eyes as my arms shake uncontrollably. How am I going to face him at school? As far as I know, he had no idea I live down here. He is going to tell everyone for sure. "Surgery and hospital stays aren't cheap, Cass." Alpha Graham sneers from the doorway. "And do you know how disgusting the food has been for the past 2.5 days? I just nod, still looking at the ground. I'm not trying to argue with the lunatic. It isn't my fault I had to have surgery. He's the one who broke a bottle and threw me into the broken pieces. If he hadn't, I would have been just fine. I would have been able to bounce back the next day and make breakfast like I was supposed to, even if I was banged up." There is a pause and he finally growls. "Where did all this furniture come from? Did you steal it?" "And no, sir. It was here when I got back from the hospital wing. I don't know who brought it. You owe me, Cass Latmus. And whoever turned your room into the Ritz-Carlton. You'll work in the pack house until you pay back every cent. For the rest of your life if necessary. No more school. You don't need education to cook and clean." He uses his alpha tone. I cannot disobey. With those words, the small flame of hope in my heart extinguishes. I don't get paid, so I don't know how I could ever pay back any debt. Luna Caroline told me years ago that the room in the dungeon was payment enough for my services. I'm less than an omega now. I am a slave. "Ryan, teach her a lesson for wasting our money." "Yes, Alpha." Tears stream down my face as the reality of my fate sets in. Alpha Graham is passing the torch of his cruelty down to his son. But I know better than that. He will never stop hurting me. Ryan reaches forward and claps the back of my neck. He forces me into a bowing position and growls deeply. "You should be grateful my father doesn't banish you. If you were a rogue, I would make damn sure you never made it to the border of the territory." A squeak escapes my throat. I'm so scared I feel like I'm going to pass out. I can feel blackness in the edges of my vision as my heart races. Ryan turns to his father. "Don't worry, Alpha. I've got this situation covered." I hear Alpha Graham's footsteps walk back down the hallway as he leaves the dungeon. Ryan tightens his grip on my neck, extending his wolf claws, making me yelp that as soon as the door slams. Ryan releases my neck and kneels in front of me. His face is contorted with anger. His eyes flicker black as his wolf dagger comes to the surface. He grabs my shoulders, shaking me roughly. "What the hell did you do to make him so mad? Why isn't he beating me like he told Alpha Graham he would?" I stiffen my whole body, avoiding eye contact with him. I'm shaking so badly, I can't even speak now. The thought of two people beating me regularly for the rest of my life. It just can't be real, can it? How can the goddess allow this to happen? I want to die. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me being dramatic. Please, goddess, don't let this happen. Just let me die. I shake so badly that I fall to my knees. I start to sob hysterically and my brain shuts down from being able to think rationally. Ryan grabs my chin and forces me to look at him in his cold gray eyes. He looks at me in horror for a moment. What happened to your eyes?" He moves his hands up from my chin to just below my eyes. It feels like his hands are trembling against my face. Are you a hybrid or something?" All I can manage is to shake my head no between sobs. As I shake my head, I feel him starting to press his thumbs against my lower eyelids, obstructing my vision. "Oh no. He's going to poke my eyes out. Holy crap. He saw the violet color. He is going to blind me." I place my hands on top of his, trying to pull him away. I hear myself screaming. "No. Stop. Don't take my eyes. Please see." For just a moment, time freezes. I don't mean like it feels like time is standing still because I'm in the middle of a traumatic situation. No, time is actually frozen. Well, frozen for everything except for me, I should say. I can feel it in the AI. It only lasts for a moment. I pull Ryan's hands away from my face easily. The look of anger combined with confusion is stuck on his face. Next to him, a fly is suspended in mid-air. The second hand on the clock has stopped on the wall behind him. Drips of water aren't finished falling, leaving umbrella-shaped splashes in the puddles on the floor. What the hell? Did the moon goddess hear me? Did she have mercy on me? Did she let me die? I look back at Ryan with wide eyes. My hands are glowing purple. As quickly as it stopped, time starts again. Ryan starts screaming and pushes himself away from me. The tops of his hands where my hands were touching him are red and swollen. I look down at my hands. They are normal again, not glowing purple. Seriously though, what the hell just happened? I shut my eyes tight, waiting for Ryan to retaliate. If you tell anyone, I will kill you, he says in my ear. Then he punches me in the stomach, knocking the air out of my lungs. I hear his footsteps running down the hall, then out the door. I don't know how long I sit like this, but when I finally open my eyes, I breathe a sigh of relief. I lean against my bed for a while longer, sobbing, shaking, and trying to catch my breath. He didn't hurt me? Surely he was coming back. I sniff the air, but his scent is gone. I listen carefully, but there are no sounds in other parts of the dungeon. I'm alone. Goddess, thank you for saving me. Thank you. I say out loud, just in case the miracle I just experienced was because of her. I feel exhausted, but starting to feel calmer. Okay, Cass, focus. I need to make dinner for the pack or Alpha Graham will find me and murder me. I don't think it's an exaggeration either. Even if I try to run away, either he or Ryan would find me before I could get off the territory. I think he really would kill me at this point. Speaking of which, it was only a matter of time before Ryan comes back to beat the crap out of me like his father told him to. I take a few deep breaths and make myself go down the hall to wash up at the sink. I splash cold water on my face and look in the grungy mirror. Both of my eyes are pure violet now. The silver streaks are starting to take over my hair. It isn't like an old person's hair. It is silvery white that almost shimmers, even in the low light of the dungeon. So weird. There's no way I'm going to be able to get used to this new look. I go back to my room and get dressed in leggings and a t-shirt. I put on the baseball cap Diane gave me, pulling the brim low to hide my eyes. Throughout dinner, I receive murderous glares from Alpha Graham. I make sure to keep my eyes to the floor so he won't see the color. Ryan glares at me every chance he gets. After dinner, it takes longer than usual to stock pantries because whoever did it while I was in the hospital had no idea what they were doing. It's well after midnight when I flop down on my bed and close my eyes. June 20th, I think to myself. It's the last day of school. Well, for other people anyway, not me. You don't need an education to cook and stock pantries. Alpha Graham's words ring in my ears. Just another day for me, I suppose. I wallow in self-pity for a bit before I roll over and try to fall asleep. I'm almost asleep when I hear a woman's voice. Hello. I quickly scramble to my feet, looking everywhere for who it could be. I'm the only one in the room. I peek into the hallway and look around, but no one is there either. Hello. I whisper loudly down the hallway. Cass. This is no way for a warrior to behave. Get your shit together. The voice chides. I realize the voice is coming from inside my head. Are you my wolf? I ask hesitantly, worried that I've gone insane. I am. My name is Alexis. You can call me Lex. Oh, Alexis. You woke up a day too late. Our Alpha just turned us into a slave less than 12 hours ago. We have no way to escape now. I feel tears welling up. I explain everything to her. How the Alpha killed my father. How the Luna made me live in the dungeon, the beatings, all of it. I sob through the whole thing. I'm here now, Cass. Don't worry. We are a child of the moon goddess. We're a warrior. Which means we are strong. We will get through this. Lex, earlier, when my hands turned purple and burned Ryan. Was that you? Sort of. That was you, but my waking up helped activate your power. I can explain more later. Get some sleep for now.